Got a Tava lifestyle, give life. Got a Tava lifestyle, give life. Got a Tava lifestyle, give life. Big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience. Real boss, rockstar life spread well across the nation. Lifestyle, yeah. Give one chance, you know what I do to it. Whole team getting money and I'm used to it. Beat the odds and I'm still going used to it. Changing lives every day, you can YouTube it. Hold up, it's on when it's short. You know I stay down, stuck around for the glow up. And you can ask anybody around, yeah, they know us. Can't stop now, cause the grind is never over. Hey, you got a Tava lifestyle, give life. 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 The go Tava lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Tava lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Hey, big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience. Real boss, rockstar life spread well across the nation. Lifestyle. Got a Tava lifestyle, give life. 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 Got a Tava lifestyle, give life.
All right, so I'm assuming I'm live now, and Happy New Year to everybody. I was listening to the Tava song there. It kind of like it was doing the little chop and screw thing that they do out of Houston. So we got a new engineer there. We got some new things we put together for 2022. So y'all gonna have to bear with us for a minute to make sure everything is right. But we're gonna have some fun in 2022. We're gonna do a lot of training. So make sure y'all can hear me. I don't know. Can everybody hear me? How do I know that? Am I good? I'm assuming I'm good, so I'm gonna keep talking. 2022, man. I hope some of y'all had fun last night. You know, I remember the days when, you know, I would be just coming in, and you know, but last night I had a good 6-7 hours of sleep, so I'm ready to go. And we're gonna have some great training for you today. Also, before we get started, I want to announce a little contest that we're gonna do, and this is a Tony Fleming contest. Okay. So this is not Tava contest. So you can't call Miss Megan. You can't call Miss Lachelle. You can't call Mr. Harris. You can't call Kenny and Shantae Lord. Tony Fleming is running this this little contest I'm about to do. So y'all get ready. Make sure you got your notepads and pen. I'm going to tell you exactly what we're going to do here. All right. So we're going to have 3 trainings today. I'm going to do a little few minutes of training. Tracy's going to do that, and Stephanie is going to do some training. All right, so you all have to take notes. You have to take notes, because at the end, we're going to come back together, and each one of us, we can hear, but you're frozen. I'm never frozen on this end. There's something else going on here. All right, is it better now? Is it better now? Somebody say something in the chat. Somebody say something, because I don't want to just keep talking. Is it better? Can you hear me? Am I not frozen? You are frozen. Just keep talking. Okay. That's not me. All right, so I'm frozen. But here's the contest that I'm going to announce. All right, so we're going to have a 4-week training. Start today. It's going to be 3 trainings today. Next Saturday, it'll be another 3 trainings by 3 different individuals. Next Saturday, it'll be another 3 trainings by 3 individuals. Next Saturday, it'll be another one. So that's 4 weeks of training, all different trainings. And then we're going to start over. But at the end of the 4 weeks, we're going to calculate points, because you have to be on for these 4 weeks to get these points. You cannot get the points if you're not on. So that means that each person that answers the question gets the point. And the point is 5 points. All right, so this is how it's going to go down. At the end of the training, We're going to all come back together. I'm going to ask you a question about my training. And the first one that responds in the chat. Now, we got somebody, watching that to say, okay, who's the first one? I know some of y'all phones might be slow or something. We can't do anything about that. The first one that answers the questions in the chat from my question gets 5 points. The first one to answer the questions from Tracy's question gets 5 points. And the first one to answer the questions from Stephania training gets 5 points. So if you get all three today, you could actually get 15 points. The deal is at the end of the 4 weeks, whoever has to win. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 3 people. So the top 3 people with the most points are going to win. Now, if you didn't get that, I'm sure this is on video and it's going to be up on HQ and you can go back and listen to it again. But it's the ones with the most points at the end of the 4-week training gets the toaster. I got this toaster. No, I'm joking. What I'm going to do is I'm giving you, this is from me, from my fashion line, the hoodie. You get the white hoodie, or you get the black hoodie, and it has, Tava on the back too. Or I even got one. I got 3 of these. They're extra large though. I don't know if you got. These are like for the rain, like the little rain thing. So, but you got to be on the training for 4 weeks, and the top 3 with the most points is gonna win, and that comes fashion line that I have. So again, this has nothing to do with Tava company. So you can't call Miss Megan, Miss Lachelle, Mr. Harris, Mr. Lord, Miss Shantae. You have to call Tony or my customer service line. And write down my customer service line. You ready? It's 777-9311. 777-9311. All right, you got that? All right, so let's go. I'm going to go first. And I should be finished in about 12 minutes. And we're going to go 20 minutes for each training. So can I get my slides, engineer? All right. I'm going to talk about 3 things that you need to know when you first get started. It's 3 things you need to know. Now, first thing you need to understand is that once you get started, you need to come out the gate running. You don't have to be a masterpiece. See, that's what people want to do. We want to get ready, and we gotta make sure we got all our stuff lined up. We gotta have our file. No, you don't have to be a masterpiece. You just have to get started. You have to get with the person who invited you. Who enrolled you. Get on the line with maybe their upline, and then you're gonna do a strategy, which we're gonna talk about later on in these trainings. But you have to be ready to come out the gate. I see so many people with this masterpiece mindset of, I can't go until I'm 100% ready. No, you just got to go when you get started. Some people get caught up in this soon as syndrome. Soon as John get off the late shift, soon as cheerleader practice over, soon as it gets summertime, because it's too cold now, soon as I come back from my vacation, soon as my money come in, and as soon as this, as soon as that, you get that soon as syndrome and you can't move. It's not that. You just have to get started. Some mistakes, like this is new for us right now. We've given Lachelle and Mr. Harris a vacation, so we're running this show down. We got and look, Dr. Nicole is not just Dr. Nicole. She's also an engineer, so she's also running the slides today. So Dr. Nicole is also versatile. So I just want to let y'all know that. So she's running the slides today. And so we just came out the gate. We didn't know if we was going to do this right. You see, I was freezing and stuff. Let's go. We got to get going, because that soon as syndrome will mess you up. Soon as somebody do this and soon as somebody do that. No, you just have to go. Be ready to go. Be ready, be ready to jump out. And now, let me say this. Don't just jump soon as you get started without talking to your leader, to your upline, and say, let them give you a quick strategy. Don't just jump. I remember I was involved in a financial deal years ago that I needed to get a mutual fund. Now, I listened to him, but I didn't hear everything. So the first thing I did the next day was ran to a bank and got a mutual fund. And if anybody know about that, that's the worst place to go to get a mutual fund. But I just did what he said. I came right back. He said, hold on. You should have let me tell you where to go, like T. Rowe Price or some other. I didn't know. I just ran out of there. So I'm saying you got to be ready to go, but get a strategy on what you need to be ready to go once you get going. All right, so now here's the three things that I want to talk about first. These are three things that you need to know in the beginning. And here's something that is going to be hard for you all to swallow, because we're in a world now that everything is fast. This is not a get rich quick program. Now, it's a get rich program and you can make money fast program, but it's not a get rich quick program. And you got a lot of stuff out here now on the internet and in social media. Everything is, get rich fast, get rich this, do this. And I understand that. I know people are hurting. I know people are hurting financially. I know what's going on out here in the market. I know all that stuff is going on. But you got to understand, Proverbs is still going to be around forever. And if you read Proverbs, it tells you in there, it's a price that you have to pay. It tells you in Proverbs, it's something called seed time and then harvest time. Did you get that? Seed time, and then it's not seed harvest time. It's not one thing. So that's what people want. We want seed harvest time. No, it's seed time where you plant the seeds, you're doing the work, you're doing the calls, you're doing everything, you're following up and all that. And then it's harvest time. Now, we don't know when your harvest time is going to come. Your harvest time might come a little slower than somebody. Plant the seeds and water the seeds every day. Your harvest is going to come. You can't expect to compare yourself to everybody that's out here, because a lot of people that you see harvest, they've been planting seeds for years. I've been planting seeds for, I'm going to stop saying that number. I've been planting seeds for years. It's a lot of people out here been planting seeds for years. And so you come on board and you see somebody that's having success and you thinking they start planting the same time you start planting. No. It's a process that you have to go through. And you got to understand that. And I know what's out here. I know what you're hearing. I know all the get rich quick stuff. I know, and I understand why people are saying, and I understand why people are doing it. But I'm telling you this, Proverbs is still Proverbs. It's going to always be around. You're going to have to do the work, and then you're going to have to expect the work to come later. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your success that you want. But the grind has to be put in first, and you got to keep doing it over and over and over. And if you do that, you will see that. You will understand that it's seed time. And then there's another time, it's called harvest time. All right. Now, second point that you need to know is that the best investment you can make in your life is starting a business. We live in a capitalistic society. And it's about entrepreneurs, it's about people making money. And most people don't have the cachet, the money, the net worth to start a lot of traditional businesses. So that really used to block us from being a part of the capitalistic society, because we couldn't get involved in that. We had to go get a part-time job at UPS or something. And that's all we knew. As soon as you need to make more money, they'll tell you go get a part-time job or go get another degree, which is going to put you deeper in debt, which I'm not saying don't get another degree. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that's what we know. We know UPS, FedEx hiring, go get another degree. That's how we looked at making money. Now, you don't have to do that now. There's a thing called MLM, thing called network marketing that's been around for a while that the average person can start. You can start with Tava for little of nothing if you want to. $1,200 is really a little nothing when it comes to a business. That's really little nothing. That will give the average person the opportunity to be involved in this capitalist society. It really does. But if you don't have that, you can go down to 100. When you're talking to a person, you have to figure out a way to start a business in America. And you have to figure out a way to make money while you're not working, which is not what we've been taught in the system. We've been taught in the system, go to work, get paid. Don't go to work, you don't get paid. And that's a system that was created by, well, I'm not going to go into detail with that, but that system was created for a reason. They need workers. They need to have people coming out. They don't. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But what I'm saying is, the best investment is starting a business, and you can start with us for little nothing. Now, here's the third thing. Once you started the business, the best investment in a business, once you started, the best investment is you. You need to invest in you. Now, I know we feel like, okay, we gone to school, we got our master's degree, we got our BA, we got our whatever. So you feel like you had invested in you. You have, to a point, but you invested in you for that particular job, or that for corporate America, because they have trained you to do those things, which is good. And I tell everybody they should keep a job. They should have a job. You've been trained to do those things. But when you come here, it's like stepping into another world. Even though the sky is blue and the grass is green, it's another world over here compared to over there. So now when you in this world, now you have to invest in you. See, in corporate America or in the blue collar job, you don't really have to invest in you. You can, it's good, but you don't have to, because they give you directions and you follow those directions and you do those things. But here, you got to invest in you. See, you're your own CEO. You got to understand that you are your own chief executive operator. This is your business. This is not, you don't work for Tava. This is your business. It's not like when I worked for AT&T long time ago, it was years ago. So I'm about to really date myself by me making this statement. But when I came to work, I used to go in the back. I'm sure they don't have this anymore. I don't know. They had this big, tall file cabinet. Everything I needed. Notepads, pens, whatever I needed, I could go back there and get it because I worked for AT&T. You can't do that in Tava. You don't work for Tava. You're an independent contractor. You your own person. You Tony Fleming Enterprises. You Bob Smith Enterprises. So you can't be asking the company to do all these things for you that you need to do for yourself. The company doesn't have a file cabinet that you have to go in and give me this and give me that. No. You have to set up your own because you're an independent contractor. This is you. It's your business. So you have to create your own file cabinet, get your own stuff together, spend your own money on that. That's just how it works. You are a business now. The IRS looks at it as a business. You are a CEO. You're a chief executive officer of your business. That's what you are. You can't go to the file cabinet and pull the pens and the papers out. And man, I have to go back there and just take stuff. I'm just load stuff up. Because I work for the company and that's what they put it back there for. You don't work for Tava. You work for yourself. You're an independent contractor. You can never go out of business. That's when people say no, you can never go out of business until you expire. You leave this, but then you can leave that business to somebody else. But you have to understand that this is your business. It's you, the CEO. You run the show. The cost is on you. When you get started, you want to invest in you. And the best way to invest in you is your mind. The best way to invest in you is your thoughts. The best way to invest in you is start reading things that's going to help you that they didn't put in the school system. There's nothing in the school system that talks about how you should think and mindset and how you should believe in yourself and all that. It's nothing there because to work in corporate America, you really don't need that. You can use it, but you really don't. But when you come over here, you need that because you got to deal with the negativity. You got to deal with the people outside of the box that concerns, that's not going to do what you're doing. You got to be able to be strong, and you got to build yourself up through books, through audios. You can go to YouTube and listen to stuff, through changing your environment, through being around the right people. Start changing some of the people you hang around, and you have to develop you. You have to become a different person here. You're gonna have to change you have to change who you are. I like how Lisa says you got to get a new brain. You really do. Because see, what most people doing, we got 1 foot over here and then 1 foot over here, and we trying to operate the same way. No, I'm not telling you to leave from over here, but what I'm saying, when you over here, you got to develop yourself. You got to become a leader. You got to get a new thought system. You got to, and the way you do that is through books, mindset, audios and things like that, to change yourself, because you are a CEO. All right, so I go 2 minutes past my time because it's supposed to be 20 minutes on my side. I'm gonna bring up somebody right now who I believe is probably one of the best trainers in the world. I hope she's there. You know, when I first heard her speak, I knew of her, but didn't know of her. There she is right there. And when I first heard her speak and started training, I just didn't know that she was a trainer like that. I didn't know that, you know, it was in her, you know, like you could tell when you're trying to help people if it's in you. You know, some people just go through the motion, but, you know, she has the, you know, I'm going to take y'all back to Vacation Bible School. She has the love of training down in her heart, down in her heart. I took y'all back to Vacation Bible School, but Tracy has, I'm telling you, y'all get your notepad and pens together, because when we come back at the end, when we wrap it up, I'm going to ask you a question. Tracy going to ask you a question. And so I'm going to turn the mic over to Tracy, and y'all get ready to hear some great stuff.
Good morning, and oh my goodness, Tony Fleming is absolutely amazing and really has grown to be one of my favorite people here in Tava, because gratefully we both live in Atlanta, and I had the opportunity to work with him and just kind of see him in action and behind the scenes and things like that. And it's definitely an honor and a privilege to be with him and Stephania on this morning to share with Tava Nation some things that, you know, I believe are valuable as we all are continuing to build our businesses. And I will just say this, you know, we talk about building. That's exactly what we're doing. We are building something, which means that there are building blocks, and the building blocks must be placed you know, one by one. You can't just take a stack, you know, a group of bricks and throw them somewhere and hope that they just kind of form on themselves. You have to actually not just have the bricks, but you've got to have the skill to even put the bricks in the right formation such that it begins to form the structure that you are looking to form. And I know sometimes in network marketing, we have all of the ideas, we have all of the bricks, but we don't know how to structure and we don't know how to organize. And sometimes it seems like we're just working against ourselves. And so my goal here this morning is to take 7 of the bricks that we absolutely have and that we must make sure we place properly within our businesses such that we can grow and such that we can help others grow. Because when others actually decide to partner with you here in Tava, you better make sure they have these bricks, right? Because if they don't have these bricks, if they've only got 6 bricks, or they only got three bricks, or they have 0 bricks, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a very, very difficult battle, and especially if you don't even know what you need to have such that they can be provided with what they need to have. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. This morning, I thought it was very vital that I share with you something that I learned a while ago. I can't even recall who exactly I learned it from, but I will tell you, I am not the creator of this. Most information we are not the creators of. It's just about delivery, and it's just about one's ability to communicate it such that maybe the way that I say it, you hear it, right? And it resonates. And if what I say if what I'm saying is the same as what somebody else is saying, but you don't get it from them, but you get it from me, then it's a job well done. That's literally what we're calling teamwork, right? And not being, feeling a type of way. You just have to get it from who you can get it from. All right. So in network marketing, we have 7 P's, and these are building blocks. Okay, I don't care which way you can call it, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to call it the 7 P's if you don't want to. You can call it the building blocks. You can call it, some of this pretty much is baseball diamond stuff. Like, you can call it whatever you want to call it. The bottom line is that you must have these building blocks. Okay, and if you don't learn to master to an extent and execute to a certain extent, you will struggle even when all other factors are in your favor. So number one, let's talk about posture. Okay, posture. Posture is literally how you hold yourself. Now, posture can come in the form of how you're holding yourself physically. Let's say you are out somewhere, okay, and you are in a conversation with someone and you find that this person, just through conversation, you're not trying to sign anybody up. You're not trying to do anything. You're just there. You are literally in a position where you are just striking conversation. You are in the mode of being a people watcher, a listener, learning from others, and you learn that this person may be a good fit for your Tava business. Well, the way that you begin to communicate with this person will play a big part on your posture. Number one, yes, is the way that you look important? It could be if you're out in the world, right? If you're out at a place physically sitting down with someone, yes, the way that you look does matter. The way that you communicate, does that matter? Yes, it does. The level of confidence that you seem to have, it's an aura. Guys, I cannot teach you confidence. That is not my job. That may be the role of someone else in some other aspect of life and life coaching. I'm an internet marketing coach. I'm a coach in network marketing. My job is to give you the building blocks, and if there's things that you're missing that don't allow you to maximize the block, you got to go somewhere else and get that. What I'm telling you is that you need to exude confidence. Now, if you don't have confidence, you have to gain confidence, and that confidence needs to come from somewhere. This is not a confidence training. Let me just say that. I'm just telling you, you need to have it. And if you're going to be physically in front of someone, they can sense whether you are confident in yourself, not about Tava, not about nothing else. Are you confident in what you're saying? Are you posturing yourself where you exude what appears to be vision or success or some sort of light? I had a gentleman inbox me on yesterday, one of my team members, and he goes, "You know what, Tracy?" He goes, "I don't know what it is, but I just see a glow." See, that you can't he can't teach me how to go get a glow. Like, where you get the glow from? Where do you get the glow from? The glow is just something. It's just something that comes from inside out. You can't go buy the glow. Okay, you can't go buy a glow stick and glow up. It just comes out. Okay, so posture. Now that's in an offline world. If you're in an online world, does the way that you dress matter? Not so much, because nobody probably even can tell. Like right now, do I have on decent clothes? Yes, I do have on decent clothes. But technically, I can have on a decent top and a not so decent bottom. Technically, I do not have on high heels. I have on house shoes, right? So does that matter? No, your physical appearance doesn't matter so much, but what you lack in skill, you must make up for in number. So if you are in a position where you enjoy working behind the scenes, then your verbal game must be together. Your ability to convey a message through the way that you speak, through your tonality, through the power that's in your voice, you must be able to speak your way into the heart of someone. Right? So no, nobody sees you driving your Maserati down the street. Nobody sees that your hair is done. Nobody sees that you have, diamond bling on if you're in the online world, but you better be able to speak and use your inner being to be able to convey a message to someone so that they can understand that, oh my goodness, this person is powerful, that I need to connect with this person. That's posture. Now, also, one last thing. If you're doing things from a social media standpoint, posture may or may not come from any of those things per se. Posture is about, how does your profile look? Does your profile look professional, or do you look disheveled? Does your banner on the back of your Facebook wall, does it denote who you are, what you do, and who you help? If it's a picture of your dog, I don't have a problem with you and your dog, but your posture is off if you're building a business, because now someone comes to you, they see your dog. You're not conveying anything but that I'm just a regular person with my dog. You do not necessarily convey, hey, I'm a business professional. I am looking to help people, generate additional income. None of that is happening for you. So you've got to look at how your social media profiles are set up, because that is your virtual posture. We're living in a world now where it's about the virtual posture. So your posture, whether it's physical, outward somebody, if that's not your thing, which for me, that's really not my thing, I prefer not. I'd rather be what I'm doing right now, is behind the scenes, so that when I'm done, guess what? I can go back to doing what I'm doing. I don't want to drive around in traffic. I don't want to pay a cover fee at the place. I don't want to have to buy food just to sit at the bar. I don't want to have to buy a drink. I don't. So I would rather be where I am. So my posture, my ability to convey has to be stronger in one area than maybe somebody else's in another area. Everybody understand what I'm saying? And then from a social media perspective, no matter what, you need to have the virtual posture, Shanita. You've got to have the virtual posture. If your social media profiles look weak, they look feeble, you look uncertain, you speak with uncertainty, your videos are all over the place, you ramble with no particular direction at any point in time. Do sometimes I ramble? Yes, but I built up a market where they already know that. It's my time to rant. But generally speaking, they know what I'm talking about. They know what my overall presence brings. They know who I serve and what I'm here to do. Posture is the first P. The number 2 P is prospect. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. These are building blocks. You cannot avoid this. You cannot avoid this, okay? I'm just telling you, you're not going to avoid these building blocks. There's different ways that you can execute on the building blocks, but you will not avoid the building blocks, okay? Prospecting. If you want to go out and you want to meet somebody, then go out and meet somebody. Go out there and sit there and talk and you want to go to the dog park and use the fact that you have a dog and somebody else has a dog, and that's the commonality, and you use that to strike up conversation. Go ahead and knock yourself out. Go ahead and prospect that way. If you want to be online and you want to prospect, the bottom line is that you need to find commonality between you and a group of people. That is the part that most people miss. Most people want to just go out and talk to everybody, and some people will teach you to the 3-foot rule. Me personally, I don't believe in the 3-foot rule. I am a marketer. And so I'm always looking for ways to measure. If I'm talking to every single person, I have to do a lot of talking before I even find someone that has commonality just by randomly talking. That's a lot to me. And I can't measure that, right? But if I actually go online and let's say I find a group that are, German Shepherd lovers, and that's my thing. Yes, I could go to the dog park and wait until I find someone who has a German Shepherd and strike up conversation. But online, I could very easily go online and find a group that's a German Shepherd group. And then I could go in there and I'm in common with almost 20,000 people who's in that group. Now it's about being able to extract who's in that group and get them into my world. So am I talking to people? Yes, but I'm talking to a specific group of people, which is my audience. Yes, that's right, Ms. Dover, an audience. You cannot do this. You can. Listen, everything is possible, okay? You can do this, but either you're going to do it the hard way or you're going to do it where the road less traveled. The road less traveled is usually going to be the easier way, but you don't want to learn that. So that's okay too. Keep doing what you're doing because you don't want to learn something and you're making your job harder. Your bricks are heavy, and I'm trying to help you lighten your load. Okay, I'm trying to help you lighten your load. So when you're prospecting, the key to prospecting, from my perspective, is to prospect people that is a target audience, that is a niche. Target people that have a commonality from the jump. You can't guarantee whether they're going to join Tava. You can't guarantee if they're open, but at least if I start with people who all own iPhones and I like talking about iPhones, I got a better shot. To just go outside and walk down the street and talk to anybody within 3 feet of me. To me, that is a waste of your time. Tony talked about how you were a CEO, and CEOs get paid big bucks for doing the high level activity. CEOs do not get paid for doing the low level activity. And I'm telling you right now, you can pay a teenager to walk a neighborhood and put a sign in the grass of a neighborhood. CEOs don't do that. You pay someone to do that. That's an outsourced sourcing job. And so as a CEO, your job is to identify the right group of people, not waste your time talking to anybody and everybody because you're hoping that luck will strike you against the right person. That is just the way that I am going to kind of give it to you that way. That's the way I'm going to give you that break, prospecting. And through that prospecting process, you are essentially striking conversation. I call it an interview. It's an interview. Are you literally with your book and you're checking off stuff like, okay, well, what's your age? Okay, 35. And how many kids do you have? 3. You're not doing that. But you do have to understand that when you are talking to people, you are looking for certain things. You are a recruiter. If you are recruiting in the NFL, if you are recruiting in the MLB, if you are a recruiter in the NBA, when you go to those games of those college students or those young people's games, you're looking for something. You're not just looking at every single person who ever played basketball. You're going to Duke to look at a particular student and you're looking for certain things. Maybe ball handling. Maybe it's the way that they play team. Maybe it's the way that they can see the court. Maybe it's the way they can run plays in their head. Maybe it's the way that they can, on the fly, come up with an alternate plan because the defense has, come up with something that has now triggered, they got to move a different way because of the defense technique, right? You're looking for things. You're not just there at the game. You're looking for the person to have a certain set of criteria. And that's what we're doing here too. What is going on? Do they have vision? Are they looking for something? Do they want more out of life? Do they have a family that they want to provide for? Do they have a skill set? Are they unhappy at their job? Are they unfulfilled in their life? Are they looking to grow a particular business, or are they looking to generate capital for a passion project that they have? You have got to be looking for something that they want such that you can take what they want and attach it to what you have. And that brings us to building block and the third P, which is peak. If you do not take the time to interview and find out what it is that the person wants, because it's all about you. It's what you have. I've got this amazing opportunity. I got this thing. I got. I'm telling you, you're going to lose every single person. When you can learn how to find what a person wants, which is, I want more fulfillment in my life. I want to be home with my children. I want to retire my wife. I want to be able to work from the comfort of my PJs on my couch. When you understand that, then you now have the ability to ask a peak interest question. So if there were a way, listen, I don't know, Aaron. Okay, Aaron, I hear what you've been saying, and you've been talking a lot about, not really wanting to work your physical job anymore, wanting to be home more with your wife and your kids. And I heard you talk a little bit more about not being so fulfilled. Let me ask you this. If there were a way where we could actually bring some fulfillment back into your world, where you could actually work from the comfort of your own home and not have to be away from your wife and kids so much throughout the day, would that be something you'd be open to taking a look at? You don't have any reason asking anybody a peak interest question if you haven't interviewed them in the prospecting process and figured out what their need is. If you haven't figured out what the need is, then you're just selling and you're just pitching and you're going to keep getting denied, and that is going to be rejection. That is going to be rejection. I'm trying to give you rejection free or rejection reduced. Rejection reduced. Okay. Do not ask anybody the peak interest question until you know their why, their reason, their pain, their trigger, their thing that they're looking to solve. If you are not going to be a solutions provider, then you are just a peddler of products and service. So now you've asked the peak interest question. They say, yes, I am open to learning more, right? And why would they say no? See, it's rejection free because when you take somebody's own pain point and you throw it back at them, they're going to have to answer in the affirmative. If I say I want to make more money and then someone says to me, well, if there were a way that you could make some additional money from the comfort of your home, would you be open to taking a look? Why would I say no to that? That's ridiculous. If I say, hey, I want to spend more time with my son, and someone says, hey, if there was a way where I could show you how you can make money from home and spend more time with your son, would you be open to taking a look at that? Why would I say no? But if I don't know what the person wants, your peak interest question is going to fall on deaf ears. You're going to get rejection, and you won't have anybody to do the fourth P, which is point. Because once the person says yes, yes, I'm open, Jason. Yes, I'm open, Lula. Yes, I'm open, Sally. Yes, I am open, Sheila. Yes, I am open, Jason, Tidra. Yes, I'm open. Now that they're saying, yes, I'm open, you can say, great. You know, I've got access to an 11-minute video that can break down the details. I don't have time to go into it here myself, but if I were to share the link to this video with you, it's only about 11 minutes. If I were to share the link to this video with you, would you at least take a look at it? That's pointing. That's not you presenting at the dog park. That's not you presenting on the phone call. Okay, that's not you presenting on your wall on social media. That's not you presenting on your IG on a live. You are pointing people to a third party, guys. You have got to understand that this is a building block. If you would just point, if you would just say less, you could make more. If you would just stop trying to talk to everybody about how great Tava is and just point people to the video, I promise you, you're going to have more people, not all, because nothing is all. You're going to have more people that when they do come back, they're going to see a larger view. They're going to see a bigger vision. You and all of your posture and all of your prospecting ability and all of your peaking excitement, you are not going to be able to paint. You're not going to be able to paint Tava in the way that the 11-minute video can paint Tava. You're just not. So say less. Say less. Just point the people to the video. Or if you have a Zoom, point the people to the Zoom. Hey, listen, well, I don't know if this is going to be for you or not. Okay, that's a little strategy there. But listen, we're doing a very private, exclusive VIP online Zoom tonight at 8 o'clock. I'd love for you to be my guest. If I were to send you the link to the Zoom, would you be able to attend? You need confirmation. See, in the pointing phase, the 7 P's, the fourth P, you need confirmation. You can't just, okay, here's the link. Okay, here's the link. See you at 8. That's what most of y'all do. Here you go. You just send the link through text. You just send the link through DM or whatever, and then that's it. No. If I were to send you the link, like, this is a business. You need confirmation. It's just like if you were going to go out on a date with somebody, you just don't be like, hey, meet me here. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, hey, can we go out? And then the person's like, yes, I'd like to go out. And then you're like, okay, well, how about I'll give you a call on Tuesday and we figure it out. And then the lady's like, okay, great. You don't just be like, hey, let's go out, give her your business card and walk away. That's insane. You don't do that. So why do you do that here? Why do you do that here? You need confirmation. Hey, if I were to send you this video, hey, if I were to invite you to the Zoom, hey, if I were to invite you to, we're doing an amazing launch meeting on January the 22nd in Atlanta. And, you know, I've got like one ticket, right? I've got like one VIP ticket. And if I were to give you this ticket, if I were to put this ticket in your hands, is this something that you can make sure you're in attendance to? Right? Get confirmation. Person say yes. Doesn't mean they're going to show no, but guess what you've done? You've demonstrated posture. You put the ball in their court. And now if they don't show, guess what you get to do? Walk away because they didn't hold up their end of the bargain. That's posture. I hope y'all caught that. That's posture. You can walk away. When someone doesn't honor their end of the agreement, you can walk away. It's okay. I don't want to do business with you anyway because you didn't keep your word. I asked you if I sent it, would you look? You didn't look. I'm okay with you not looking, but you didn't keep your word. That's a problem for me when I'm building my business because I like people of integrity. That's me. Maybe you'll just take anybody at this point. I don't care. I'm not just taking anybody. I want accountable, respectful people that carry integrity. So you point them to the thing, you get confirmation. Now the Zoom has happened, the video is over, and now you say, hey, listen, did you get a chance to take a look at the video? Did you get a chance to take a look at the Zoom? Did you get a chance to take a look at this? Did you? Oh, I see you made it to the meeting. I'm so glad to meet you. Come over here and sit next to me. Now everything is over. Now it's time for the 5th P, which is pass. Pass the ball. Pass the ball to someone else. This is what we would call a 3-way. It's still a building block. I don't really care about how the 3-way looks. Some people get caught up on how the 3-way looks. I don't care how the 3-way looks. I don't care if it's a 3-way phone call. I don't care if it's a 3-way chat in Messenger. I don't care if it's a 3-way meet me for dinner. I don't care if it's a 3-way. Well, I kind of do because I don't really like doing 3-ways. I don't really like going out to sit down and talk to people with this, and then you got to hear all this stuff. It just depends. If the person is a high caliber person, right, they've got a huge network, then, you know, that's something that definitely we can make arrangements for. But if we're just talking about, you know, just random every day, I got 3 appointments for the day, and now my appointment is I got to go and sit down and talk to you at this restaurant, you know, I don't know. Okay, I don't know how that whole thing works, but pass the ball. Now, when you pass the ball, you're going to then introduce someone of value to you that's within your organization. You're going to introduce them to your prospects. You're going to introduce them to your prospect. You're going to then let them know, hey, listen, here is Mr. Kenny Lloyd, right? Mr. Kenny Lloyd happens to be the CEO of the company. He had an amazing vision. He walked away from a 7-figure monthly income to step out on faith and really build something great for people to be able to build health and wealth together. He truly has a passion for people. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to snag just a couple of moments of his time because he is a very, very busy person, right? So you're going to edify Mr. Lloyd, but then you're going to turn around and don't forget to edify your prospect. So Mr. Lloyd, this is Natalie. Natalie is an amazing, she's a VP at, Xerox. She's been working there for several years. She loves working with people. She has 3 kids. She's married. All of her children are, entrepreneurs. She's taught them all about how to build businesses, so on and so forth. And Natalie said to me that she is serious about making an extra $10,000 per month. So I knew for a fact that when she said that to me, Mr. Lloyd, that I had to get her on the phone with you. And so it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Lloyd to Natalie. Natalie, this is Mr. Lloyd. And when you do the 5th P, you shut your mouth up, you shut it up, you shut it up. You close it, as Miss Dr. Evil said in Austin Powers, www.zipit.com.org. Okay, www.zipit.com.org. I don't care if it's in a messenger chat, you don't type another thing. You don't post another thing. If it's on a call, you don't say, just put your phone on mute. Matter of fact, you might as well hang up. Don't hang up though, but just put the phone on mute because you don't need to say anything. I don't care if Natalie says something wrong. I don't care if Mr. Lloyd says something incorrect. It is not your responsibility to correct in the passing P. It is not. You have done your job. Let it be. Whatever happens, happens. Guess what? Whatever they say wrong probably is not going to be the determining factor as to whether they join your business or not. So don't get so caught up in that. Just be quiet. Learn to be quiet. You would say binary qualified. Learn to BQ. BQ is binary qualified, is also be quiet. Okay? Learn to BQ. Now, once the person is ready to go. And now we're getting into the process where you say, hey, look, and we didn't go into closing, but essentially it's like, hey, listen, the person's ready to go. How soon do you see yourself getting started? And they say, yes, I'm ready to go. I want to go with the builder's pack. And how soon are you looking? They say, listen, I am looking to get started today. Then you say, okay, great. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we help you get plugged in right away. Thank you so much, Mr. Lloyd, for your time. Natalie, let's go ahead and get you plugged in. Do you understand, guys? We're going to get them plugged in right away. This is not a meet me tomorrow. Unless the person says I'm ready to get started on tomorrow, then now you got to do some qualifying things. I don't have time to go into all of that, but let's just say that the person is ready to get started today. If they're ready to get started today, then you got to plug them in today. So now you have to get them enrolled. Some of you like to take people through the process of enrolling them yourself. I don't personally. We have a website. I use it. A website is designed for me to have leverage. I like leverage. I don't want to sit with every single person like they're in kindergarten and walk grown folks through an application. I'm not saying they won't need help, but what we've done is we've created a little script that tells them what to do and what to expect. And I send them that plus my link and say, hey, listen, go ahead, get enrolled, do this, do that. And as soon as you are done, send me back your order number. That's what I do because I've got other things to do. I've got other fish to fry. I've got other 3-ways. I've got other prospects. I've got other 3-way chats. I got a business running. But if you've got one prospect because you've been running your mouth for 40 prospects and this is finally one person that said yes, then now, you want to sit there with them because you're so afraid of losing it that you don't want to let them go off on their own. And I'm telling you, Posture plays a role here too, because whatever you do, they think they're going to have to do. So if you sit there and sign them up, guess what? They think they're going to have to sign up their people, and they will in their mind say, I don't have time to sign up people. So now that's a challenge that they already see that they have to overcome. So I'm saying, figure out the best way for you, but get them plugged in. Now that we are plugged in, we got the 6P done. I'm trying to wrap this thing up really quickly here. We got the 7th P. The 7th P is promote. Promote what? Everything. Promote, number one, yourself. How about be a shameless self-promoter? Some of you guys don't promote yourself. You don't promote yourself at all. You don't talk about what you're doing. And I'm not saying you got to be talking about Tava. I said you. What are you doing? What is your vision? What are your goals? How are you showing up in the marketplace? Tava is just the vehicle by which you're going to get there. But if your goal is to help a bunch of homeless people, then you need to be helping a bunch of homeless people on the forefront. And they need to know that. They don't have to know that Tava is the actual vehicle. It's the bus is going to come around the corner and you're going to load the bus up and take them somewhere. Who cares about the bus? We need to know what you're doing. Who are you? Because people join you. So A, promote yourself. Be a shameless self-promoter. Number 2, promote your team. Promote your organization. And I'm saying all this, Kenny might get mad and whatever, but listen, I'm telling you guys, it's not about the company at this point. People are joining you. Promote the thing that is going to make people feel like they're joining something bigger than themselves. They already said yes to Tava. They already in Tava. You ain't got to keep talking about Tava. You need to be talking about what you're bringing to the table, what your team is bringing to the table, what systems, what's unique, what helps your team. Why is your team better than somebody else's team in Tava? Whatever it is. So promote yourself, promote your team. Then what? Promote the events, promote the opportunity meetings, promote the Zoom trainings, promote the meeting that's coming up in the regional here in Atlanta, promote what's going on over here in Houston, promote what's going on over there in Texas, promote whatever is going on in Tava, promote the, if you got a call that you're doing for your team, like we got something going on for today, Vision Call 2022, promote the call, promote whatever, just promote. And when you learn how to promote the different things that are taking place within your team, within your organization, and within this company, I promise you, you will start teaching people how to pick up these blocks and be able to place them strategically such as they build a solid foundation for themselves. So I tried to run through this thing as quickly as I could. I truly hope that you was able to pick up something that I dropped down there for you to pick up, okay? And that you can put it in your pocket and use it. And I hope that these bricks are not so heavy for you. So with that being said, thank you, Tony Fleming, so much for inviting me to share on the 7 Ps. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, sir.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you was going to go and promote and Stephanie. Go give her the promotion. I'll do it then, I guess. All right, so we're gonna bring on. Man, I met her a couple of times, and both times it was in Texas, but I think she lives in South Carolina, right?
Yep.
Right, and she is the retail recruiter of all recruiters. She got a background there that's so powerful. I want to get one of those, whatever that is. I mean, you looking good there, I tell you. And when I heard her speak, and we want to talk about recruiting, retailing, I'm gonna tell you something. And don't tell anybody this, all right? It's between us, okay? Nobody else can hear this. When it comes to retail, I think you better than TK. Don't tell TK that she might get mad, but don't tell. No, TK taught you, right? So that's what
right.
She wants, right? She wants that, right? So we're gonna turn the microphone over to Miss Jazzy Stephanie. I was like, somebody said, "What's her last name?" I said, Miss Jazzy, Stephanie Miss Jazzy. That's who it is. So, we're gonna turn the mic over to you, and you're gonna give us some good stuff on recruiting. And listen, people, don't leave.
All right, well, listen, happy resetting, everybody, Tava Nation. What's up, everybody? I'm so excited because I believe that today is the first day for the best year of all of our lives. So I definitely want to give it back to Mr. Tony Fleming along with Dr. Tracy Walker, just being able to share this platform with the industry greats. I'm not going to take up much time, so I'm going to really just jump right in because really, I can't wait, first of all, though, to see all of you in Atlanta and Houston. So one thing's for sure and one thing's for certain. I personally this year will not miss events that I qualify for. So I hope I get to see all of you there. And I'm going to kind of jump in like this, y'all. I'm going to call this the Retail Grind Plan, okay? And I'm going to talk about who, what, when, where, and how. And who really could be everyone. But you really do, as it's already been said, you got to define your niche market. Like, use the memory jogger that's been made available for us. Like, define your market. Like, are you going to target divorced men and women. Like divorced women is my target. Single moms, single dads, college students, millennials, salon owners, barbers, whatever your niche market is, start in your phone, just with people that you know. And as we're all resetting today, just imagine who today can you reach out with. Like when I first started this business with Tava, I just today look back over the list that I created and begin to add to. And that particular list in my phone that I use a Google spreadsheet was over 500 people. And that's just in my phone, not to mention my little money book that I keep in my car that I write notes, not to mention in my notebook. So truly, ladies and gentlemen, it is a numbers game. Like you've got to start with a list to know who you're going to reach out to, who are you going to target. Like how you keep up with your list of who is going to be up to you. But just know that there is fortune in the follow-up. We'll go to the next slide of what? It's our amazing products. Like we have 4 amazing products: the Vasia Detox Tea, the Valet 30, the Capri CBD infused coffee, the Flare. We know that's our secret weapon. That Flare would take us there, right? But we got to know a little bit about the products, not necessarily being the expert, but we also have to be a product of the product. And I know even in business, I let people know I'm not the expert. I don't have all the answers, but I know just enough to be able to share these products really with anyone. I always too make a disclaimer that I don't claim to cure or mitigate any diseases, but the testimonies. And I know many of you that are doing this, whether you're doing it full time, but majority are doing this part time, that I know many of you that joined business wasn't like myself personally. Like I joined Tava and I hadn't even sampled or tried the product. I simply, on the strength of Mr. Lloyd being the CEO and Miss TK Walker reaching out to me and also being knowing who they were from a previous opportunity, I was like, just sign me up. I already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? So I was ready. But what I want you to know is that the opportunity that it presents itself because of what our amazing products do for immediate gratification. And we got to hone in on that. Like Dr. Nicole Bramwell has done so many videos that breaks down our products. And for me personally, I got this one video that she did that I broke it down to the minutes. Every product. I know that at 4 minutes and 53 seconds, she's talking about the Vasia Detox Tea. I know at 19 minutes, she's talking about the Valet 30. So if I'm chatting with someone, I can share this video with them and say, hey, hear it from the doctor. When they can hear this from a medical expert that can break down not only the ingredients, but how to properly consume the products, you know, it really gives them like, oh, I need that. I need that. So yeah, that truly works. I'm telling y'all, the copy and paste system that I use is strong. It really don't take a rocket scientist to do this. Like I have a blurb for every product in my phone. I got a whole folder of notes for Tava products. And guess where I got it from? Our website. I simply copied what it said about the Vasia tea. I copied what it said about the Valet 30. So whatever I'm chatting about, I'm copying and pasting it. Copy and paste system is strong. So this is what I'm talking about when I talk about this retail grind plan. But I also know to let people know that I'm still learning. Like weight loss is not my thing, ladies and gentlemen. It never truly will be. My stomach won't ever sit in my lap. But you know what I tell people that I know that need to lose 5, 10, 15, 80 pounds? I tell them that I need their testimony to help me to prove that these products work. And when you put the ball in their court like that, that you really need them for this new organization that's proven with these documented results, like I need their testimony and it works for me. We'll go to the next slide because again, I'm talking about who, what, when, where, and how. We're talking about when, right? 24/7. Like your website is available all day, every day, any time of the day, right? Like we operate a home-based, phone-based social sharing business. So whenever the opportunity presents itself, listen, a closed mouth don't get fed. Y'all know that. But you got to be okay with asking for the money, right? But let them tell you what they want to invest in and what they need. Okay, that's important. Like, you really got to be okay with asking for the money, right? Next slide, we're going to talk about where. Everywhere you go, like church, school, retail stores, gyms, salons, the gas station, the mall, the parks. It's a numbers game. When we're talking about the retail grind plan and how it is that, you know, and I use this phrase this lightly, but just as a slang term, I say, you know, when I just jumped in initially, I knew I was going to retail my way initially until I could really figure it out. But I was out here slinging this tea like dope. Like, any and everybody that was willing to be able to try it, I was getting it to them, for real. So everywhere too that I exchange my money, they get a business card, okay? And the business card, for me, I consider this to be a seed. Because on my business card, not only do I now have my QR code on there, but I've also listed the 4 products that we have available. So when I'm handing them the card, and through our friendly chatter of conversation, if I might suggest when they go to my website to check out the Valet 30, they see it with their eyes. And I encourage them to call me if they have questions, or if I can assist them to complete their order, right? And then we got to remember too, when it comes to this retail grind plan, that you got to have all forms of payment, like Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, PayPal. Let them know you can take their credit card information as well, and you can meet them up for cash. Like, don't leave any options out that can leave money on the table for you, right? So have all those payment options. All right, we're going to go to the next slide, and we're going to talk about how. Friendly chatter, like build the rapport, like find common ground, say less, don't overkill. Like, friendly chatter could be like, I like your hair, I like your dress, I like your suit. Like, every Sunday as a team, being in alignment with, what up, Team Crown Diamond, y'all represent, and the grind team. Every Sunday we clean up our Facebook friend list, right? Like, we delete 50 people and we can add 50 people. That's going to give us some new energy, some new money, some new potential customers, some new potential business partners. And so every time that I also accept a Facebook friend request, I used to throw up on them. You know, when you get excited about what you're doing, you just give them too much. But now that I've been trained and equipped to learn that the people that say the less is the one that makes the most money, when I accept these friend requests, I just jump in their inbox and say, welcome to my Facebook page. Keeping it simple, just that simple. So either they're going to 9 times out of 10 respond, they're going to like it, or whatever the case may be, that will then to allow the engagement to begin. Okay, y'all with me? So again, it's just as simple as a welcome to my Facebook page. So I want to challenge those of you that are not doing this already. And it doesn't have to be Sunday. You could do it literally every day. But tomorrow, designate some time where you can go through your Facebook friend list and delete some inactive folks. You know, my thing is too, if they don't have a profile picture, they got a picture of their dog, a cat, or it's just a blank profile, I'm deleting them. And I'm adding some new people, right? And you can add people too, as we've been taught, from people that may be your current customers. Go skim on their page and see who their friends are, because you know a lot of them gonna flock together. They probably got some more friends that need to lose weight, so you can add them into your friend list. So find that common ground and the engagement begins. And so I wanted to be able to share that with you. But again, I'm a copy and paste girl. So it's really not that hard. If you've got a system in place that when you're engaging with folks, you're not taking a whole lot of time. You just grab it, paste it, tweak it a little bit, and keep it moving. Literally, I have a whole Tava folder with notes in my phone. So if you don't have one, I encourage you to get a folder going in your phone. You know, we have all these resources. We got allthingstava.com. We got Tava University. We've got the whole Compass for Success. We have our Tava Connect app. So for those of you that may be new to the business, as you're sending out samples, and this is something part of my retail grind plan that I do, right? Like from the Connect app, when you're sending out samples, did you know that there is a video within the Tava Connect app that you can send to your people to let them know that your samples have been shipped? and they should be arriving in a few days. Either on my way or prior to heading to the post office, or while I'm in line, I'm looking through the list of people that I'm getting ready to mail out, and I'm shooting that video to them and let them know your product has been shipped. Customer service is really what it's a part of. So if you didn't know, now you know. Next slide, we're going to jump into some retail tips, and I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty soon here. And again, I've already talked about business cards. QR code is really important now. Even as far as setting up shop in other places. I have Blitz cards. Listen, if you don't have any of these, I got a whole PR marketing form. We can hook you up. I got Blitz cards for every product that we offer. So as I'm sending samples, they're getting a Blitz card. If I'm meeting with people, they're getting Blitz cards. If I'm out in the marketplace and we're talking about, they're getting Blitz cards and business cards. So I consider these to be C's, and it is worth the investment. This is something that I definitely encourage everyone at some point, that you be able to invest, that people really know what it is that you offer. And so with that being said, engagement posts. Now, every single day, I mean, we got to give it up for Miss TK Walker, because she is really showing us how. And every day she gives us strategies that are not only tested, tried, but are proven to work. So engagement posts, just being able to know who you're picking and choosing to sample to engage with. There are many teams and many leaders within Tava. Only thing I can tell you is this copy the right cat. Copy the right cat that is showing us how. We know Miss TK Walker to be the retail queen. She coined me to be the retail princess. And I received that because I am being taught by her, and she's showing us how. So the engagement post works, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another retail tip I want to give you. Setting reminders. Boy, I wear my Google Calendar out in my phone. I do. You know, there may be people that say, you know what, I'm going to wait until I get paid on Friday and, you know, we can hook up. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in my phone, put a reminder for Friday with how much money they intend to spend with their name, so I know that money coming. Yes. Don't drop the ball for people that you can set reminders to be able to go back and pick them up, okay? Pop-up shops and networking events. Listen, there are paid ones and there are free ones. So I want to encourage all of you, as a part of the retail grind plan that yours truly, Miss Jazzy. Listen, I personally host networking events here in the upstate. That's not maybe what you all do, but you can create your own pop-up shop. You do know that, right? Where you can invite other vendors to be a part of an event that you coordinate. And guess what? The natural herbal detox and liquid multivitamin table is going to be Tava, period. Right? So create your own. Step outside of your comfort zone this year and do something that maybe you've never done before. So for those of you that would be interested to do something like that, it's real simple. It ain't no really hard way about doing it. You just get people together that own businesses and get you a location and invite people to come out and be a part of it, right? All right. I'm going to show you guys one other thing, and I think I'm about to tap out. I got about 5 minutes. I set a timer. So here's a marketing retail tip when you're sending out your sample product. So I've got my envelope here. This is a Christmas card that I was just to show you guys as an example, because, you know, with the post office, as you're shipping out, you're either going to be charged a large envelope or you're going to be charged a package, right? So this does work for 2 of the Detox Tea samples. So here's my card, and what I've done, if you guys can see that, I've taped the 2 teas here. So when I put this in the envelope, it's going to go in this way, and I'm going to show you why. So it's going in this way, right? Because when you seal this envelope to be read through the reader at the post office, in order for it to go through as a large envelope, that has to be able to go through their reader. If the tea had dropped down here at the bottom, it's not going to fit through, and they're going to charge you as a package. So I'm giving y'all some nuggets here because I've tested and tried this, of course. This envelope will cost me $1.16. Now, if I did not tape those teas up there and the teas fall at the bottom, it's not going to fit through their little reader. So guess what they're going to charge me as a package, where I would pay $4 to $5 for what could be $1.16, $1.20. Oh yeah, I'm going to save them $3, $4. So make sure you guys are taping those up, staple them up, but keep the teas up top where your return address is. Keep it from falling down at the bottom. That's going to save you some money. Also, a receipt book. I mean, you are a legit business that people know that you're doing business for yourself, right? The receipt book allows you to keep up with that cash that you're receiving, that you can be able to document those monies that you're getting, right? And also the three-way calls, they work. Work the baseball diamond system. Y'all know what it is. And then set a daily goal, because we do know this is a numbers game. Like, how many people can you touch in one day? If there's 24 hours in a day, and I know many of you are doing this part-time, just take 1 hour. If you literally take 1 hour and shut down and do for your business, whether you're making phone calls, whether you're sending a voice message, and when you're sending a voice message, smile, because they can hear that projected in your voice. You got to transfer not only the energy, but your belief in what it is that you're sharing with that individual, right? So how many of you do this part-time? How many of you do this full-time? We don't matter if you do it full-time or part-time. What you can do is take 1 hour out of your 24-hour day to text somebody, call somebody, voice message someone, and before you know it, you be done touch 50 to 100 people a day, right? Real talk. So for every no, ladies and gentlemen, there is a yes. And I'm encouraging all of us, as it is happy resetting. People saying happy new year. I'm saying happy resetting. Get reorganized today as you reset today. Know that today, though, as you reset, you didn't join a team, but you started a business that your sponsor helped you to do. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I'm going to give you a recap real quick to wrap it up. Who, what, when, where, how. Who? Everyone. Define your niche. What? Our 4 amazing products. We need new before and after pictures, and we need new testimonies. When? 24/7. You can work this business whenever you want to work it. You can wake up in the middle of the night in the wee hours. If you sick laying in your bed, you can pick up your phone and be able to text somebody about these products. Where? Everywhere. It's a numbers game. Wherever you go, they need to know you to plug for these Tava products. How? Friendly chatter. Like, build rapport. Find the common ground and say less. So here it is. Who will you reach out to today? What products will you share? When will you do it? Where will you go? And how will you do it? That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I just want to love on you guys today. That is a part of the retail grind plan. And so I believe we're all going to come back together, as Mr. Fleming mentioned, and maybe give you guys some questions. I hope there's something there that I shared that I'm sure you could take and apply to your business. But just know that I love you guys, and I had an amazing time today.
Man, I tell you, I'm getting so young that I forget stuff because I'm so young. What was the last point you just talked about?
Who, what, when, where, and how.
No. When you end it.
So who will you reach today? What product will you share? When will you do it? Where will you go? And how will you do it?
That's not it. I'm saying, what was you went back and did a recap. I'm saying before you did the recap, the last thing you talked about. That was it.
I don't know. I said about, as far as resetting the day, that they started a business.
Keep
that
going.
They didn't join a team, that, they started a business for themselves, that their sponsor helped them to do, that they're in business for themselves, but not by themselves. I don't know.
There's something going on, man. I'm one of them guys that walk in the room now and then try to figure out, what did I walk in this room for? So, but I will remember the first thing that Tracy talked about was posture. And I'm telling you, that's so important. Man, you got to have posture. You got to have confidence. People can detect when you're afraid, or it's like, how people know like how a dog know when you're scared of them. The dog will bark at you because they can tell that people can detect when you don't have posture and you don't believe in yourself. So you gotta keep that posture and keep that confidence going. So, but I want to thank you guys. That was excellent today. We're gonna have some new speakers next Saturday. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. And but I said this. We got a contest going, and you get some of this Fleming's fashion here. Okay, you got this. This is like a little rain jacket. I had it on yesterday too. Well, I had mine on. I got 40s, but they only extra large for that. But the other ones I have, I got all sizes for this one, which is that one. They got Tava on the back, and we got the white one with Tava on the front, and the art on the back. Now, the way you win this is you get points. You got to be on the next 4 weeks. All right. So now I'm gonna ask you a question, and look, I got judges who are gonna see who hit the chat first. Don't tell me your phone was slow. Don't tell me that it was bad. Look, I told you if you got a problem, call my customer service 777-9311.
Not Prince.
Yeah. So all right, so here we go. Here's my question. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. So I got judges. Everybody look at the chat to tell me who come up with the answer first. My question is, there's a syndrome that people have. What is that syndrome called that I call it? I talked about it. First thing is a syndrome. What is that syndrome called? I think it's a delay. Soon as. There we go. I see Sonia Wilson. Sonia Wilson was first to me. I don't know. Was anybody in front of Sonia? I think it was Sonia first. So I'm going to have to go with Sonia Wilson. It's called the soon as syndrome. Soon as Frank get off the late shift, soon as Chili the practice over, soon as I, start working my part-time job, soon as the weather get better, soon as people have that soon as syndrome and wind up doing nothing. So Sonia gets 5 points. Now, by the end, she can answer all the next 2 and get 5 more points. But by the end of the 4 weeks, is the top 3 people with the most points. All right, so Tracy, what's your question?
My question is, what is the thing that you must uncover before you go to your peak interest question? In other words, when you are prospecting somebody, what must you have before you can ask them the peak interest question? What must you know? What must you have from the person? Well, I see it in the chat.
You see the person?
Yep, they're saying it a little fast. Hold on. So it's the first person. So James Keys, looks like he's the first person. He says pain. That's correct. You want their pain.
Spell his name, James?
James Keys.
Oh, I see it. Okay. All right, pain. Why is it pain?
The prospect's pain.
Why?
Because you're going to use that pain to then ask your peak interest question so that you have a rejection-free response. So if a person says, yes, my back has been killing me, right? Or, I really need to do something about this shoulder. Right. And the peak interest question is, well, if there were a way where, I could share with you a plant-based product that could help you to relieve some of that pain and inflammation, would you be open to learning more about it? That person is going to have to say yes.
Yes. You set them up. So so James Keys get 5 points. All right. Let's go.
All right. So, well, I talked about the retail grind plan, but one thing that I incorporated on my business card, what did I add to my business card? That's really been a game changer. Let's see who knows. I added this to my business card as a marketing tool. I don't know. Let's see who's going to guess that. So as a part of the seed of me handing out my business card, I added this particular thing to my business card. And it's been a game changer.
Sonia Wilson.
I don't know. I guess Sonia Wilson got it again.
The QR code. Okay.
So I definitely
Sonia got 10 points.
So I want to encourage anybody, if you don't have your QR code on your business card or on your Blitz cards or flyers, to definitely add it.
Okay. All right. So Sonia got 10 points today, and James Key has 5 points. So now next week, our 2 speakers besides myself will be Double Diamond, Miss Nina Moore, and Executive 2, Miss Lisa Horsley. So those will be the two next Saturday, besides myself. And you got to have your notepad. You have to be on here, you know, to win. You're going to have to get the notes to win. I mean, look, I can say you can't cheat because you can go back and watch the video, but you're too late for that because you can't answer from that. So, but you should go back and watch the video because we got a new guy, Torian, who's telling us, man, I'm going to put Torian on the spot. He's going to have all these videos lined up in a section where you can go back and take notes. Torian says he's going to have it on Instagram. Torian says he's going to take these and turn it into a podcast. Torian said. So I'm putting this on Torian now. Torian Wallace. He says he's about to turn up with Tava, and you're going to see this stuff everywhere. Can you imagine? All these going to be on the podcast, and you can send people to the podcast and listen, and all the stuff is going to be here. So, but get ready for next Saturday. We'll be back here, same time, same bat station. And Happy New Year. We out of here. Talk to you guys later. Thank you. Where's my engineer? Where's my DJ? Let's hit the music.
She's been a doctor and an engineer.
Where you at, Doc? This is our first run. I'm going to have some intro music next week for all the speakers. They're going to have it.
Gotta top it like you out, give life. 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 Big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience. Rockstar life spread well across the nation. Give one chance, you know what I do to it. Whole team get money and I'm used to it. Beat the odds and I'm still going used to it. Changing lives every day, you can YouTube it. Hold up, it's on when it's short. You know I stay down, stuck around for the glow up. And you can ask anybody around, yeah, they know us. We can't stop now, cause the grind is never over. Hey, you gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. You gotta top it like you out, give life. The go top it lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Top it lifestyle, turn my life round. Time out, told her hater pipe down. Hey, big grind from the night to the AM. Big grind, new multi-millionaires in the making. Multi-millionaire, big boss now, but it all took some patience.